Hello there, wrestling fans, again, and welcome to episode 131 of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe the Panther, the third, and now introducing to the mic from the top of Metal Mountain, it's that happy heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? How's it going?
Geek, I think it's time for us to go to a jewelry store and pick out some jewelry, because it's always good to have some flair when you meet a pretty lady. Because let's give it war. Dudes at Ringside, welcome to Jenna Lynn, a.k.a. the Dime Piece.
Julia Lynn.
Julia Lynn. Sorry, Julia Lynn. Wow. Julia Lynn, the Dime Piece.
You almost messed up there, Joe.
Yes.
It's a tradition for Joe to messes up the guest
like,
name.
I like to say I'm like the Howard Finkel, but I'm like the drunk Howard Finkel. Howard Finkel after a night of drinking.
It will end up on Botchamania, don't you worry.
Surprised Geek hasn't put like a reel of Joe just fucking up the whole time.
Oh, that's coming. That's coming. Don't worry. Wait till New Year's, Joe, for the New Year's.
Oh God, it's gonna be like Joe messing up.
The Joe mess ups right there.
Put that right on there.
Oh God,
thanks for the idea, Joe. You just told me right now.
Yeah, you gave your approval. Bing bang, bing bong. All right. So if our fans are familiar with you, introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Julia Lynn. I'm also known as the Dime Piece. I am based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My main promotion that I work with is IWC, the International Wrestling Cartel, where I manage these two guys named Money Shot, where they are the current tag team champions. I also manage them down in Charleston, West Virginia at Conquest Pro Wrestling, where we are also the tag team champions, the first ever. So we are champs there. I also manage them at 2PW, but you can check those guys out. It is the Mandime Elijah Dean and the big fundamental Zach Nystrom.
Awesome. We usually start off, but who trains you? But you're a manager, so
you can find out who train. Managers get trained too.
Well, we do get trained. I did a little bit of training with IWC's school, which is the ICWA, which is the Iron City Wrestling Academy. My personal trainer is Chris LaRusso. He has trained a lot of wrestlers that have gone through IWC. We've actually had quite a few students that are now signed professionally, like Dr. Britt Baker. Wow. She has come through IWC. Wardlow was not mainly trained with IWC, but he did do that's not where his original was, but he did do a lot of classes through IWC, but he is also from IWC. That's his like main place too. So I've gotten to work with him. But yeah, so like that's pretty much the area as to where I'm from.
Awesome. Yeah, I was like, oh no, she's a manager. We don't want to say anything we shouldn't say.
No, I've been trained a little bit. I've learned not to get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay away from the ropes when your partner is standing and your wrestler's standing there. You don't want to get like hit.
Well, I mean, you got to put your neck on the line and you got to put your neck on the line for whenever you got to help out your people. I mean, I'm willing to do it. I've taken a few bumps. I mean, I'm not afraid to do whatever it takes to help my guys win. I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
I mean, managers can take bumps because I remember, I think it was, a couple of years ago? I think I was at, Supercard of Honor over in New Orleans, and Brandy took a bump through a table. So managers can take bumps.
I've taken a few. Last year, it was a ladder match for the tag team titles. Actually, we've got a match, not this weekend, but next weekend. It's a TLC match. My guys are defending against two other tag teams, Hardcore Hammer Time and the main event. Now, the main event we went against last we went against them last year. I kind of did a little tug of war with Gannon, and he yanked me a little hard and clotheslined me on the top rope. So that hurt. I've taken a TKO from John McChesney, but I mean, we kind of cut off his hair that show. So
Yeah,
I've had a couple things happen to me, so I'm not afraid. Like I said, I'm not afraid to stick my neck out to help my guys out.
it's always good to be a good manager, because like a lot of managers like nowadays, if you watch it, like get a chance to watch like a Raws or SmackDowns, the managers are really not like a big fixture in the wrestling game now. Like, who would you consider yourself like you idolize as a manager?
There's a couple. When I was really starting to look into the management position, I've always enjoyed watching wrestling, but I really my my thing is I've pulled from different managers and I've studied a lot. Like Sensational Sherry, she was loud, she was vocal. I'm not very vocal because Elijah's our mouthpiece of the group, but she was not afraid to get involved. She is not afraid to get physical. Like that's what I did. Um, Miss Elizabeth, she was the beautiful woman, came out in many ball gowns, dresses. I've done that. Um, the sexiness of Sunny. So it's like I've taken a little bit from like different managers and kind of like rolled it into a ball and like created the dime piece.
My favorite
So,
was Sensational Sheriff.
so if you could manage anyone but your guys, who would you manage? Like this could be anyone, by the way. A
Mm,
tag team.
I don't know. That's tough to say. That is honestly really tough to say because like I'm very versatile. I'm willing to work with anybody as long as they are willing to prove to me that they can win like if they can prove that to me, then I'm willing to work with them, but I don't work with them until they prove it to me.
There you go. It's
Mhm.
always good. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, would you like he said team we want to work with. I would say like would you ever think about like is there any teams from the past that you would have been like I would have managed them in a heartbeat?
There's too many to think of, honestly. Um, I've always enjoyed watching the Hart family. Like
Mm,
they've like their technique is insatiable. Unbelievable. Like I've loved to have worked with them. That it would have been absolutely insane. Um, I don't know who else. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's one of those things where like there's just so many that it's like hard to decide.
mm. I could see you managing like the Nasty Boys team like that.
That would be good. The funny thing is my guys actually compare themselves a lot to Arn and Tully.
Oh wow,
Mhm.
Yeah, they
that's a big bridge to go on. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but it's actually really cool because like I've gotten to meet Arn. He's done a signing with IWC. I've actually personally hung out with Tully Blanchard
that's cool.
When AEW came to Pittsburgh. That was the week that they were like debuting Rampage on Friday nights. And so I actually got booked. I stayed at the same hotel that all the wrestlers were at. And so Thursday, which was the day between, I was hanging out at the hotel bar with my friend Megan, and she's actually very good friends with Tony Schiavone. She actually tours with him for like his book signings and everything. So she actually introduced me to a lot of the guys there. Um, and so we were doing shots with Tully Blanchard, which was really cool.
That's
Wow.
cool. That's amazing. Hanging out with legends right there.
Yeah. Hanging out with the goats.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've actually gotten to meet quite a few AEW guys. Like that night I got to meet Tully, hang out with him. I became very good friends with Chavo Guerrera. We did a couple
Wow.
shots together. Oh yeah, we also went to the cigar bar in Pittsburgh and It was I'm trying to think who else was there. Frankie was there. Brian Pillman Jr. was there. Trying to think who all was there. But even just at the bar itself, like it was really cool just hanging out with all the guys. Scorpio Sky.
Wow.
It was absolutely insane. Like I'm sitting at the bar and Big Show walks in, or I'm sorry, Paul White. Paul White. He walks in and I'm just like, hi. I just look up and I'm like, you're really tall. So it was really cool. Like just that week in itself was absolutely insane. So
That's awesome.
That's amazing, though. So how did you come up with the name the Dime Piece?
So I've actually been working with Elijah for 2.5 years, and he had reached out to me and he was like, hey, I want to bring you on board. It was like as my manager. So I was like, all right, cool. So he's like, I'm the man dime. So you're it was either going to be dime doll or dime piece. And I didn't like dime doll. So I was like, let's go with dime piece. So we kind of had the whole, like the beginning of our gimmick was very Shawn Michaels with the mirror. Like I would walk out with a mirror and he would like, I just hold it for him. I didn't say anything. I'm just smiling. And now it's like, as time has gone on, like we don't do the mirror thing anymore, but that was like the first start of it. Cause he's if you've seen Elijah, he's a very good looking man, very good looking, muscular, tattooed, tan. I mean, like literally, like you can count every single one of his abs, and very like. No wonder he wanted me to carry a mirror around. Like it was. He's a very good looking man.
So kind of like a Mark Jidrak, kind of.
Yeah.
Right, like that, like the gimmick where he had the mirror. Joe knows what gimmick I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Or the she remembers the Lex Luger narcissist gimmick.
Yes.
That's exactly what that sounds like. When the narcissist did it, took the Shawn Michael boy toy gimmick and made it like mirrors, and then had all the girls around him holding the mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania was that? That was the one they had outside, right? When he was outside and they had the mirrors and fireworks went off behind it. I think
was that 9.
I think it was WrestleMania 9. I'm an old school wrestling fan, so I go back. Like, see, I automatically picture like if you guys did a Halloween costume, you would come out like Sherry, and he can come out like the old Michaels, the boy toy Michaels.
I actually did my Halloween costume this year. Where I work at, we each did a different decade, and mine was the 80s. So my hair was big and teased up, and I had like crazy 80s makeup. I looked like Sensational Sherry, but a blonde.
Ah, that could have been the other costume you could have did. You could have come out like Sherry, and he could have came out like Randy Savage.
Not a bad idea. We'll have to remember that for next time.
Write that down in your notebook of costumes.
I will.
Like the lightning bolt. Which one would it be? There's many makeups that Sherry has did over the years when she was alive and wrestling.
Oh, I know.
You remember the cat face one? That she had like a cat face. That one, as a teen, I kind of went, what? Why is she that? And then I went, oh my god, she's a cat and he's the king. So it's Sherry, crazy Sherry. Oh, sorry, go.
No, I was just about to say she's going to write it down in our book and say, nope, we'll never do that next year.
No,
I've actually already done a cat face for Halloween, so it's been done.
Yeah. You could always do a punk rocker. You could do. There's a few different costumes that does from WWE history managers outfits that don't have to be just the females. You could just like Bobby the Brain Heenan wear that cool jacket and put instead of Bobby, put your name on the back, dime piece with the star underneath it.
Well, I always wear actually like the jacket I'm wearing right now is like a little pleather jacket. So that's one of my signature things. Like if I'm not wearing a cocktail dress, Usually I'm wearing my gear with this pleather jacket, and so that's one of my signature looks, and I'm always very done up to go to the ring. I dress to impress.
That's why I dressed up for you, Don Piece. I was wearing just my hoodie before, and I just had like my grandfather's shirt on. My grandfather was a wrestler in the 50s and 60s.
Mm,
His name is Jose Quinones. He passed away before I was born, so like,
mm.
he's the reason why I became such a diehard like old school wrestling fan. I'm like, oh, the old school stuff has got to live forever through me.
Yeah.
Like, I had to wear my nice polo. I usually tossed the polo in for my shirts, and I was wearing a hoodie with my grandfather's shirt on it, and I'm just like, I gotta dress up for the second interview. I gotta look professional for the Don Piece. Yeah.
What would you say? What would you say your favorite match of all time is?
One that I've done personally?
No, like
Yours or
one. No, I'm saying like of all time of anybody's.
God, that's like making me choose, like, if I were to have kids, that's like making me choose a favorite kid. God.
Geek, you did it.
I hate asking the tough questions, but I have to do
Right, but it's just like it depends on like what wrestler and what event, and it's just I'll get I was gonna say, so I'll give you one of my personal favorites. Um, it was probably it was 2019. It was Mandime and I versus John McChesney. We were at the Wheeling Island Casino. Kevin Nash was there. He made a guest appearance. But there was a lot. We unfortunately lost that day, but the crowd was really popping. It was one of my personal favorites to work. I've worked with John on and off for a couple years now, and it was a fun chemistry. Like just work the match itself. It was a great crowd, great atmosphere, and so that was one of my personal favorites. My second favorite, I would have to say, would be oh gosh, when Dime and I went against Sean Spears. That was very early on in my career. Um, that's actually really what helped me develop the dime piece. But when we went against the chairman, Sean Spears, it was a lot of fun getting to work with him. Like there was comedy, there was action. That was a lot of fun.
Wow. Do you have any funny stories from the road?
Uh, I can't share them. I can't.
that's fine. That's fine.
It's those things where I can't really share them. So I'd be pulling the curtain way too far back.
We don't want you to do that. Like,
No,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I
Don't
mean,
worry
like,
about it.
do you have any like
Road stories.
it's like road stories, not like behind the curtain stories, like you're on the road and stuff like that?
Most of the time I travel solo, so it's not really exciting.
Got you.
Yeah, most of the time I travel solo
Okay.
because I'm one of those people. It's like I have to be in control of the vehicle. I have to listen to the music. Sometimes I'll listen to podcasts, and I'm just like, I just want to get there.
She probably listens to Dudes at Ringside on the way there. You're like, yep, I'm going to play that one.
Did you ever get a chance to listen to any of our past episodes while you were waiting to meet us?
I listened a little bit. I haven't had too much time. I've been traveling a lot this week. We had a show this weekend. Um, I'm a very busy person between work, my main job, and like my side jobs. Like I honestly have like had no downtime at all.
Wow.
But we're just happy we got you when we got you.
Yeah, no, it was not a problem at all.
I was like, it's so funny. I saw you on. It's funny because I saw you under people you may know, and I was like, I'll add her. And then I messaged you, and I was like, well, okay, she responded. She's cool.
Oh yeah, I usually try to respond. I usually try to.
Yeah, because we always send our spiel, and sometimes I'm afraid that the guests, the people that we send it to, think it's spam. It's not spam. It's just a long letter that we've had, and then my parents helped me fix it so it makes it look more professional. The words in the letter.
Yeah, I always make a point to read the messages. It's not one of those things like, oh, I don't know who these guys are. I'm just going to delete it. No, I actually take the time to read the messages. So if any fan messages me, I always make sure that I read it. Sometimes I respond, sometimes I don't. But anytime it's a platform like how you guys have, that also like it helps put your guys' name out. It helps put my name out. Like I'm one of those people. It's like, if you're willing to help me, I will help you.
Yeah.
So I'm one of those kind of things where it's like, yeah, sure. Like I'll help you out. You help me out. It's fair
That's the
deal.
that's the goal, right? Isn't that the
Hmm.
goal, right?
Yeah.
We're
Help
new at this
everybody.
game. We're new at this game. We've only been doing this since March.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've said that. I believe I said that to Joe too. I said if we help them, chances are they're going to help us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh,
So
yeah.
get their name out there. So help us
We
promote.
we like when the wrestlers also send us in the message on Instagram, like you send the picture, you send us the picture we can promote you with. If there's any promotion event that you're doing, we'll ask your promotion first.
Mhm.
We like when you guys send us the promotional posters so we could post them on Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter so our fans could see and maybe go meet you and say hi and like take a picture with you or get your autograph. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
how we help you.
Or they could say, "Oh shit, they're going to be in my town." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Like for example, sometimes your promotion may not have like the viewers, but our page does. So when we post it, like someone will be like, "Wait, that show's gonna be in my town this week," and that they were just on Dudes at Ringside. Maybe I'll go and stop and say hi, and then you guys get a new fan right there.
Oh, yeah. And I'm always willing to like say hi to fans and everything. Like, um, it's so funny. Like the show we had this past weekend, I totally forgot my box of shirts. So I just plopped myself on the table and I'm like, here I am. And fans were coming up just saying hi. I had somebody plop a baby on my lap and took a picture. And so like I'm always willing to say hi to people if they want to come up to the table. There's these two girls in Pittsburgh and I absolutely love these girls to death. Amanda and Courtney are their names. So I don't know if they're watching this or not, but uh they were so shy to come up to our table at first. And then I was like, girls, like, come on up. Like, don't be shy. Like, come take a picture. Come say hi. And I kid you not, I have built a wonderful relationship with these girls. And the one girl, Courtney, couldn't make it to the last show. So her friend Amanda actually FaceTimed me, like, so that I could say hi to her. And it was just like, I can't believe like the influence I don't even mean to, but it's just like the positive influence that I have on these people whenever they come
Yeah.
up and say hi to me.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, you're trying to still stay in your character, right?
I mean, what you see is what you get with me. Like
Yeah.
it's no gimmick. I just what you see is what you get with me. Like I'm very protective of my guys. I'm a very sweethearted kind of person until you stab me in the back. But I am very possessive and very territorial.
You seem like a big sweetheart with a big heart. You seem like one of those people that's like, oh my God, come over. Come on, take a picture. I'm cool. I'm cool.
Mhm.
You know, like that.
Yeah, but don't cross that line. The moment you
Yep.
cross that line,
Yeah.
That's it.
yep.
So my tying question is, have you ever had a fan bring you like a picture or anything like a gift, like a picture of yourself as a pop vinyl? Like a
No,
drawing?
I've not had I have actually no, I do have something. One of my friends who's also a fan, he found this Sable action figure and he repainted her because I have a dress that's very similar to the black with like the silver sparkles and I
Hmm.
wore it for a tournament and it matched perfectly and he painted it to match exactly like me, tattoos and all. And I got that last year, and it was one of the most insane gifts I ever had gotten. And like I said, I know he's my friend, and it was very sweet of him, and I'm very grateful for it. But that's the only thing I've gotten that I've had like a fan like bring me. I haven't had anybody like bring me anything weird or anything like that.
Well, I don't mean weird. I mean like fun stuff. Kind of like if someone went home and built a pop vinyl, like the one that if it was a girl, like a Sable. And
I would love that.
If I ever had the cash and I could do that, I'd make it. I'd make all our female guests into pops. Be like, pop, mama.
Yeah. So the only thing I've had was the one action figure made out of originally a Sable action figure. But so far, that's the only thing.
That's cool that fans are making new things. I like that when wrestling fans give their wrestler they really love a gift, a present, like a picture of art of them, or a toy like that other guy did.
Yeah, it's I actually so I have a little bookshelf of all my little knickknacks and doodads that I have at my house that are fun, and I put it right on the top there. I'm like, you see that? That's me. I have it sitting right next to the magazines that I've been published in, mainly the one where I'm on the cover, but it's just I have it sitting right next to it.
There's a guy that in Long Island. He actually makes balloons out of wrestlers.
Balloons out of wrestlers or wrestlers out of balloons?
Wrestlers out of balloons.
Okay, because I was going to say that's impressive.
Yes,
but he you should see some of the work this guy does. Joe, man, right?
I forgot his name.
His name is Derek.
Joe, right?
Derek.
His name is Derek. I don't know if he's on Instagram.
He's amazing. By the way,
he's a master. He could probably make a balloon out of you.
That'd be cool.
Wearing headphones.
Wearing headphones like you are right now.
This is a very rare thing for me.
But I'm saying he can make like anything you're wearing. He'll probably match it and just
like
make it
that silver outfit that you had on in the picture. Like he'll probably can make that. Boom, you're a balloon. I'm not dreading it, but I'm kind of like thinking like, oh my god, if we meet this guy, he's gonna like be talking to us, and I'll turn around and I'll turn back around, and there'll be a little Joe the Panther the Third balloon with red glass. There's no glasses on him. Hold on. Here you go.
Or he just takes your glasses off and puts it on the balloon himself.
I'll be like, these ones aren't real.
No, he will make balloons. He'll make the glasses balloons. So
yeah, he'll make the red glasses balloons.
He'll just tie them up and go. Here you go, like that.
Yeah. Like,
I swear. And then somebody went up to him. Well, I'll let him tell the story if he ever comes on the podcast.
He's gonna come on eventually, Keith.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna come on eventually. Do you play any like video games or anything like that?
Not as much as I used to. But I am a huge Legend of Zelda fan. I've been a big fan of that since I was a kid. I actually have a small tattoo on my arm of Navi in a jar. I'm very much a musical person. I'm very much into music. I have a giant Phantom of the Opera tattoo piece on me. I mean, I just don't have much free time anymore. So it's like I used to when I was younger, but now I don't as much anymore.
Yeah, being a wrestler is. You think as a kid wrestling is so easy, and then you get into it and you're like,
"This is hard."
God.
It's very hard. It's very challenging, but I'll tell you what, it's so worth it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Joe, you have anything?
Do you collect anything?
Besides money.
There you go.
Collection wise, not really, because I mean, I actually will get like I have all the magazines that I've been published in, so I collect those. I really don't have many. I really don't have much of a collection, really.
Oh, Geek, the question from Ever So Spiffy, you popped it on so quick.
Yeah. Do you have any pets? We're flu friendly and welcome up.
I do. I have a dog named Cosmo. He is an Australian Shepherd mix. He's a rescue. And then I have a 1-year-old cat named Fiora. She is also a rescue. My cat was actually a foster cat that my sister was fostering. She got them over COVID, and she got them at like 3 weeks old. bottle fed them, and I instantly fell in love with the one cat. And out of the 4 of them, me and my 2 other sisters, like we adopted 3 of the 4 of them, and then the 4th one went out to a friend of ours. So it's still within the family. So I have a cat and a dog.
Oh, I have a wiener dog named Dexter Morgan.
Aw.
And yes, he's named after the show. Yes, my sister is a die-hard Dexter fan. I don't mean Dexter Laboratory, Dexter the serial killer Dexter. Yes, she loved that show. And yes, Armand, ever so spiffy, has a golden doodle that is
mini golden doodle.
Mini golden. She can't. It kind of like I kind of go. You making Dexter sound like he's not part of the floof team. She's like, oh, he's the mascot. I'm like, Dexter be in the corner like this, sharpening his nails, like.
Be like, oh really?
Oh
really?
He always left his teeth. He's sharpening what's left of his mouth. He's a lot of his teeth. They had to take him out, but he's still like, I'll bite you. I still got teeth. I still bite you.
Rook needs his own Instagram page. That's what he needs.
Yeah, that we keep saying we want Rook to get his own Instagram page. Are you just scared you don't want to make your dog a page?
Dogs are adorable. I love them.
They have their little light. They have their own little thing they do. Like Dexter lately, I'm watching TV this morning and I'm drinking my coffee, and he is making the funniest sounds I've ever heard. He's like laying in his bed going, like rolling on his back going, I'm like, dancing over there, boy? You just like he's just cuddling. You're just like playing, like rolling around in his own bed, like dogs.
Yeah, my dog, he has a stuffed moose that he loves to carry around. He does not allow me to take it, but he loves it when I throw it. And when I throw it, then he'll grab it, and then we'll go like ring around the rosy around the coffee table like 10 times. But he won't he won't give it to me, but he'll let me throw it. And then we do ring around the rosy 10 times.
Yeah, Rook talks to you actually.
Oh, that's adorable.
like you tell him, no, Rook, no. He goes, like that.
he got mad at me. Like Rookie's coming into the room, watch the show before the show, and I let out this mean growl in my microphone. He growled back at me.
He'll talk to you like he knows, right?
It's like, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
He wants to fight me, right?
Don't you dare growl at me, sir. Who do you think you are, Panther?
and then Rook's like, I'm the mascot.
Dexter will bite your ankles. You don't know he's an ankle biter. And I say he's an ankle biter and a lady killer. Ladies love that cool Dexter.
And there's in the picture right there.
I figured that was him. I figured that was him.
Rookie. Yeah, I don't have anything else. If you have any questions for us, you can ask us questions now.
Keep it going.
Okay, so you guys said that you're based out of Long Island?
Yeah.
I'm from Pennsylvania. He's from Long Island.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of okay, well, what about you guys? Your like favorite wrestlers growing up. What about you guys?
I'm at Triple H.
He's Triple H. I like Shawn Michaels, but I grew up because of my grandfather being a luchador. Rey Mysterio was my boy because he's a lucha and he's little like me. And I always used to still say this anytime I see Rey Mysterio. I idolized Rey because I thought by being a fan of Rey, I could do anything I want. Seeing by him doing all that stuff he did against Big Show and Kevin Nash and him, I cried so hard when Rey Mysterio won the World Heavyweight title at was it the Rumble, Geek, or was that WrestleMania when he won the belt?
It was WrestleMania.
Yeah, I cried so hard that day. My friend touched my arm and he's like, "Dude, you're shaking, huh? Randy White, oh my God, you're crying." And I was like, because I was like, oh my, I was so overwhelmed with happiness that he won the World Heavyweight title. They're watching him win the Cruiserweight belt all those times as a kid and just like, oh my God, the little man finally wins the world heavyweight title. I'm
Especially
like,
in the Rumble, dude. He was number
yeah,
1 or 2 in the
I
Rumble.
shook. I was shaking when he won the Rumble. I was like, oh my God. Just before
I think I told you that. I think I said, Joe, Rey Mysterio the one. No, he didn't. He didn't win the Rumble. I'm like, yes, he did, dude. Right?
yeah.
It's the whole David and Goliath thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And I think my favorite currently though is Okada.
Right now, my favorite wrestler has to be I'm trying to think of
Bray.
people. There's a lot of good wrestlers right
You
now.
say
It's
Bray?
hard to say one. What's
You
that?
say Bray. Bray's one of your favorites.
Yeah, well, Bray Wyatt. When I grow my beard, I look like a Bray Wyatt follower. I have like a big bushy beard. I have the fedora. I don't have long hair, if you could tell.
The character is so spot on, though.
I could do the voice so I can go into like Joe's speech, but it's like Bray Wyatt. It's like, my name is Bray Wyatt, and I live in your nightmares. Don't cross me, because I'm like a snake. You never know what I'm gonna do. It's like that time when it was like some kind of poem he'd said, and I said it. My friend was like, I went to like a full Bray Wyatt poem, like out of nowhere kind of poem. Like you want to get across the lake. The Jake the Snake Roberts thing about the snake. The snake couldn't get across from the river, and he got on the back of the animal, and the animal thought he could trust him, and he bit him. Like that. I went through that whole speech. I did that, and he was like, was that real? Was that really a Bray Wyatt thing, or did you just make that up? I said, no, that was Jake the Snake Roberts. I just took it and put a Bray Wyatt touch on it. And he was like, dude, that was really creepy. You sounded like Bray. I was like, I even had a whole spiel. I was like, I'm little Bray. I used to do a YouTube channel with my friends, and I had a whole character. I hated doing characters, but then I had the beard and I had a flannel shirt in my room, and I just every time I would go, guys, I'm not feeling good, and I'd fall down and I'd go, bump, wamp. I would go, wamp, 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 and I put the camera off and I turn back on, and I'm like, pop up, full beard, flushed out, and I'm like, guys, what are you doing? What's this on the screen I'm watching? All these fools sitting there in a row like little ducks in a pond about to get shot down.
You sound like the guy from Family Guy now.
I was gonna say like the old guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Chris,
Sometimes I can do the voice.
Chris,
sometimes it comes out
Chris,
horrible.
what are you doing over there?
Yeah.
Do you want some popsicles?
I love that guy. Sometimes it comes out right. Sometimes it sounds like the dude with the vest from Family Guy, the guy with the southern accent. He's
Yeah.
like, hey guys, what's going on? Got that right, all right.
Where's Chris today?
Now we know you watch Family Guy. Like, who's your favorite character in Family Guy?
Oh God.
You just sounded like the dog.
I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like I just watch it. Like I don't watch it just for like I don't know. Like I don't sit down and Peter Griffin getting hurt. Oh, that.
We had a wrestler on here the other day that was just mimicking Peter Griffin. Like,
oh my God! Every time she's like, I can't do the actual sound. We're gonna get kicked off Twitch, guys. We're gonna get kicked off. It sounds like I'm like, what does it sound like? Porn? And she's like, it sounds like porn.
The mod's just laughing now.
I figured.
She's dying over there.
My favorite.
I tell her quiet on the set, but she'll listen.
I love Chris Griffin, but I like back in the day when he still had the monkey in the closet, and he'd do something. And go, he's like, that's anytime I would when I was younger, I always get myself in trouble for something, and I'm like hiding something, and I always think that it's gonna. I'm like, don't go over there, Mom.
You don't remember the episode where was it Chris's cousin, Chris's friend comes over. It's like, don't go in my closet. There's an evil monkey that lives in there. He points, and then he's like pointing, like he takes the monkey, starts beating the monkey with like a wooden board. It's like there's your monkey.
I don't remember this episode.
You
You're gonna
have
have to
look it
go
up.
on what's it called and watch it again. She's like,
And then,
she's gonna, what
and then
episode is this?
yeah, and then he goes in his closet and say, "Wow, I can go in my closet now." Wait, there's a lot of poop in here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, us. That's us. All right, I have nothing else to talk about. Do you watch American Dad?
Not really.
Mm.
No.
Rick and
But
Morty.
a little bit of Rick and Morty.
Who's your favorite Rick
Yeah.
and Morty character? You say
Mr. Meeseeks.
Mr. Meeseeks.
Mr. Meeseeks.
Existence is pain.
My sister got me to watch from season 1. I forgot where we stopped watching, but I was like, oh my god. Because Adult Swim shows like random episodes, and I'm always like 12 o'clock at night, some reason popping it on at the podcast I'll watch. And I'm just like, okay, I don't even know what episode this is. Like, it's like that. It's like the TikTok. Where your crows at?
I have a couple of favorite episodes. Actually, like the Jerry Daycare episode.
Ah, that Miss Ghostbusters.
My friend gave me that.
The Jerry Daycare episode and the barbecue episode's probably my favorite one. Where Tinkles comes out of and bothers Summers. It's like
I think my favorites like all the different Ricks and Mortys, like the world of Ricks and Mortys all together.
They have the buildings Morty. Is it Rick? No, Morty. The building's just Morty. Like.
There was an episode where like there was like Rick had kids or something like that, and he messed around with a planet or something.
Or was it when he messed around with like or no, that was when Morty messed around with a robot.
Yeah, that was Morty messing around with the robot, and he had a kid.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you watch? So you see our logo in the background, right? Our Dudes
Yes.
Are Inside logo.
Yes.
If it had to be on any of the channels known for cartoons, what channel would it be on? Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, or Fox on Sunday?
I would.
There you go. Better shot of it.
I know. I'm like. It's kind of the in between the Cartoon Network and Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I wouldn't say.
I would say we look like Mario Brothers.
Yeah, like it would definitely have some definite adult humor, but it could be hidden within the kids program.
Yeah.
Like how SpongeBob always does that, or like Ren and Stimpy, and it's a cartoon, but there's adult humor in there. But it's not like strictly.
I think our show would be like our interviews, but we would have them cartoonized. So you would come in and my character would be like all like Bugs Bunny, like, and introducing the timepiece. And then you walk in, I'm just you hear click, click, and the door opens, and I'm just like, keep
the jaw drops, the eyes google out.
And Geek's just like
or like Animaniacs, hello nurse.
Yeah, that'll be me. That'll be me. Hello nurse. And you're like, Geek Joe. Wow, Joe, pick your jaw up.
I would be looking down at you like,
boop. Pick your jaw up, little man. Because you're a heel. So you'd be like, pick your jaw up.
That or I wouldn't even have to say anything. I just
boop. Yeah, Rocco's another one.
Oh yeah, Rocco's Modern Life.
That show was how did they get away with that back in the day?
I was not allowed to watch that as a kid.
Really?
I was not allowed to watch that as a kid. I was not allowed to watch that or Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, my mom was cool mom.
It's funny when my girlfriend can't find the car, or like we mimic that Rocco's Modern Life episode. Did you find the car yet, son?
I always mimic the scene when they're in the comic book shop You wash your hands, you change your page. You wash your hands, you change your page. You wash your hands, you change your page. I do that every time someone's doing something. And they're like, or I like to do Filbert. Oh my God. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous.
And see, that works with the glasses.
Oh God, I'm so nervous. I have the black ones, but I don't wear black glasses. Those are not my favorite glasses. These are. Actually, I'm a giant Ghostbusters fan, so I have. Uh-oh, Laura's gonna kill me. I can't find my green glasses. Green glasses, where are you? I also do a Ghostbusters show on YouTube with my buddy Laura. It's called Ghost Head Talk Podcast, and it's we talk about Ghostbusters, all the stuff about Ghostbusters. So everyone check it out.
Do you do like conspiracy theories or
Oh
anything
no,
like that?
it's just the movie Ghostbusters. Like,
Okay.
we talk about the cartoons, the comic books, the cartoon from the 80s, the Extreme Ghostbusters, the Ghostbusters meet the Ninja Turtle comic books, and we started talking about the new movie, the 1984, 1989, 2016 debacle.
We're not going to talk about that one.
Roars, we're gonna get cancel culture. Canceled. No.
Yeah, I didn't watch the 2016 one, so
All I'm gonna say is go see the new movie and just have your happy.
Once I get free time, that's the thing is I like this whole week I'm booked with wrestling, like MMA stuff, boxing, like independent wrestling, so it's like and well also Thanksgiving. But yeah, like once I get some free time, I'll probably go to the theater and do that, but this week's kind of tough for me.
We're actually working on something, so when we're not live, we want to tell you something really, really cool.
Okay.
So, Geek, do you have anything else to talk about?
I think we're good, dude. I think we covered everything. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Mike, next question to you is
okay.
Who is your dream person, dream wrestler that you guys would like to interview?
Ooh, Geek, you go first.
Living or deceased. Living or deceased.
Okay.
All right. Triple H would have to be number one for me.
Okay.
Me, living, it would have to be Rey Mysterio. And maybe if his son's available, have his son with him. Passed on, my grandpa, Jose Quinones. I would have loved it if he was still alive. I know he had been really old, probably like very grumpy because most old people to wrestling in pain and sore. But I would love to just sit down and do like a 5-minute interview with him, just to talk about how. I would have loved to hear the stories from his mouth about him hanging out with Haystacks Calhoun and the parties in his house with wrestlers that were heel and face from that timeline from the 50s and 60s. Because he wrestled with Haystack. He had wrestled with Classy Freddie Blassie, Killer Kowalski, and they all came to his apartment to hang out and drink Rheingold beer, smoke cigars, and just hang out. Just talk about stuff. And we just hang out. I always tell Geek, the first thing I would do is if I could build a time machine, I'd grab Geek and go back to the 50s and go to I don't know how I would go, and Geek could probably blow my cover and ruin the whole time continuum. Be like, Joe, isn't that your grandpa? Shut the fuck up.
It'd be like Back to the Future, but like, oh crap, we can't see our past selves. We gotta go, Joe.
But my dumb luck, Geek would bump into my dad, like walking, be like, hey, isn't your name Joe? Yeah, who the fuck are you? I'm Lance. Who the fuck is Lance? You know me. Don't you know me? I'm your son's. But we would have to find the cool outfits, like the big hats, because the 50s, so it have to be like the fedora thing and the dress shirt.
Oh yeah, you'd have to fit in with all of that.
Yeah. Geek, we have to find those outfits. We have to go back in the 50s outfits, the hats, the fedora, and the tie. See, we can't dress like Joe Schmo is back in the 50s. You have to wear like a white shirt with the black tie and the dress pants that are like ironed down the middle with the
you have to blend in.
I know how to dress. If I ever had to dress up to go somewhere, I'd be like, if we had to go podcast and dress up for something, I dress like a real professional motherfucker. A sexy beast.
Now I saw the mod. They posted who theirs were.
Yeah, China and said Thunder Rosa and Shayna Baszler.
Thunder Rosa is really cool to hang out with. I hung out with her at one of the most recent AIW shows.
Oh, wow.
Super sweet girl. Super sweet girl. So
yeah.
I actually got to do an interview myself with one of the magazines. I actually got to interview Chris Jericho.
I saw the picture on your Instagram page. How was that?
Oh my god, it was amazing. Yeah, it was also it's crazy because like growing up he was one of my favorite wrestlers to watch too, because I don't know, his character was I was very drawn to his character, and then the fact that I got to interview him and meet him was mind-blowing in itself. But it's really cool because like he and I still keep in contact, which is really cool, so we're still friends. That's really cool.
It's a stretch, but you should tell him that he should. I know he's busy, like always busy with AEW and traveling with Fozzy, but tell him about us. We would love to talk to him because he's a legend.
Yeah,
he's a legend.
I always try to reach out to him and be like, hey, like I did this really cool thing, like you should check it out. So I don't know if he actually watches it or listens to stuff, but at least I like tell him about stuff. So
because we interviewed, you could tell him the Joe Metal Geek, they interviewed Stevie Ray from Harlem Heat.
Mm-hmm.
And if you tell him that, he may be like, oh, okay. And then we're working on rescheduling having Al Snow.
The Al Snow is awesome. It's what's funny is 1 year ago today, I did a photo shoot for collar and elbow attire. So and I did it with 2 other female independent wrestlers from the Pittsburgh area, Danny Gray and Danny Moe. So Danny Gray, I was going to say, Danny Moe is one of the Neon Blondes. She's always paired with Facade. And then Danny Gray, she's the American Bombshell. She's traveled up and down the East Coast too. So I've worked a lot with a lot of those girls too, which is really fun.
That's awesome.
If you talk to Danny Moe, tell another one. We've been trying to get her. She's so busy. So you never get
unbelievably busy.
Just tell her they're good. They're good people. Just tell her.
Oh yeah.
Most people don't know us. We're just these 2 guys that have an Instagram page, a picture of a cartoon of 2 cartoons back to back. They don't know who you are. Like
yeah, I'll reach out to her and let her know. Like it'd be really cool if she would come on the podcast too.
Yeah. We've had a lot of her friends. We've had a lot of her friends on our podcast, and they all mentioned Danny Moe, and I'm just like,
Yeah, she is definitely an up and coming star. Like when she had her dark match, I was so proud of her.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that. We congratulated her and everything,
Yeah, watching her story go from like where she was to where she is now, it's absolutely unbelievable. Like her and Facade, their thing together is just like absolutely perfect. They're both like-minded people. They both work super hard. They're both goal driven. So yeah, I love Danny. I love her.
We've had Billy Stark on our podcast. We've had
Kylan King.
Kylan King was on a few days ago, Geek?
It was a few days ago. It was actually Wednesday.
Yeah.
This past Wednesday.
Yeah, past Wednesday we had Kylan King. We've had Ashley Dembois. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love Ashley. I met her.
Sweetheart. Oh my god.
I met her when AEW came to Pittsburgh, and we actually had a show that Saturday, and she actually came to the show, which is where I got to first meet her. And then I believe it was the next month, she tag teamed with our women's champion. So she was really cool in the locker room, super sweet. She's another one that's super hardworking and determined. Like she's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We're
super
actually
nice.
gonna have what's her name? The Barbie. Oh my god. She's from Liberty Pro.
Marina Tucker.
We're having Marina Tucker.
Oh yeah.
Having Marina in December.
Yeah, I've never met her, but I've heard a lot about her. I heard she's awesome.
We're trying to get more of the male wrestlers, but we messaged them. They like now we made our page the professional page on Instagram. So we have the what something in gallery. So all the people that don't answer us, we leave. I used to delete them. Like, oh, people want to answer.
Yeah, it's let's see. You've got I'm pulling up my Instagram right now. You've got primary and general when it comes to like stuff like that, where the primary obviously you'll get the notification, and then the general, and then you'll get like the requests when people aren't like following you.
Yes, we have that now. There's people like right now, the girl that was on this past week is there, and anybody else that we don't really talk to, we leave it over there. We try to speak to everybody, but we got to put you back in prime because we're still talking to you.
Wait a minute, you had me in general?
Moving back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, Joe, what the hell, dude? What are you doing? Sometimes I don't know what this dude's thinking sometimes.
You are in my primary, thank you.
Oh, okay.
I get notifications every time you message me. You better put me back.
You're back.
Thank you. Thank you.
See, Joe likes to cancel on people without telling
I didn't cancel.
See, this is where I draw the line, and you almost stepped over it.
Joe, see,
no,
see
like,
what
I'm glad
you
we got a chance
Joe?
to put that in there because I'm the guy that's always with like, okay, they're not answering us. I guess they want nothing to do with us, so I delete them out of the chat. Now we have the gallery in the prime. Whenever we message them, send our spiel, they go over to gallery. So, and I check every once in a while, see if maybe I call them the eggs. Maybe one of the eggs cracked a little bit and they've seen it. And it's funny when I'm looking at Talking to Geek, my phone goes. I'm like, what the heck? Oh, I don't see anything. Oh, they're over there. Oh, they said hi. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a quiet notification, but it's there.
It's my phone shakes. It goes like that.
It's like, hey, pay attention.
Hello there. Hello.
Hi, I'm here.
It's like Filbert. Hello, I'm over here. I'm in my back.
I would love to come on your podcast. I just saw this.
Yeah, that's what we get every time. It's hilarious. I just saw this. You were in my request. I'm like, Geek always laughs. Like, they're never gonna see us. We're gonna sit in the dark forever next to "Do you want to be famous?" and spam.
Yeah, because I saw yours in my request, and like that's why I read it, and then I replied to you guys. So
yeah,
it's one of those things like I don't get the notification. Like it's one of those things where you like have to approve the message request first, and like if you approve of it, then it goes to your general, or you could choose to have it go to your primary.
Yeah.
So
we've had one from New Jersey that Geek saw before I did. It was We Are Wrestling. It's a promotion. I think they only do one show a year.
No, they're doing another one.
Oh, they are?
They are doing another one. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Destiny or something like that. But they are doing another show.
I haven't seen them on Instagram on our Instagram in a while.
I think it's I don't know if it's next year or maybe February, but I think
it's a good promotion. They get like people like Danny Moe. They get Billy Stark. They get
top people. They'll get top people.
They'll get top bill indie wrestlers. That means your boys need to be on the roster. They're champs, man.
They are champs, and they've had AEW dark matches.
So they need to be on that roster. We Are Wrestling. That's what they're called.
Yeah, they're definitely like they're starting to spread out more places. Like last night they were in Connecticut while I was managing another one of our wrestlers at 2PW in Worthington, Pennsylvania. So yeah.
BPW
now how about what about referees? Do you guys ever want to interview referees?
We want to interview anybody that wants to talk to us about wrestling because we love wrestling and we love independent wrestling. We love main wrestling, the main boys, but we, on Dudes at Ringside, we like to focus on the independent wrestling scene because that is what is the lifeblood and that is what makes everything go. The indies are like the engine that keeps the car going.
And the people on the indies are always the coolest people to talk to.
Oh yeah.
Cool stories.
Yeah.
Well,
You get
I was gonna say, because Joe, you yesterday followed my buddy CJ Sensation on Twitter
Yes.
because he had mentioned it to me. He's like, "Who's this guy that just followed me?" And I'm like, "Oh, these are the guys I'm doing the podcast with." He's a referee, but he also was formerly a wrestler, but he had to retire from wrestling due to a neck injury. Now, like he actually trained with Corey Graves. He's wrestled with CM Punk. Like he's from like those days.
wow.
And he still referees and everything. He's going to be taking some time off because he's going to take some shoulder surgery. But like, I'll reach out to him, see if he wants to do something with you guys.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Because he's got stories from like years ago and lots of guys, I mean, that are well known. So I'm sure he would be a really good person to talk to and have lots of stories to tell
Send
you.
them our way.
Yeah, I definitely will. Because I know he's done a couple local podcasts, like in the Pittsburgh area. So like I'll see if he'll want to do it with you guys.
Yeah. Please.
Like the independent scene, that's what we love the most because you guys are awesome always, and you guys need all the help you could get, and we need all the help we could get. So
Yeah, and that's why it's like I said, I help you, you help me.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, hey, I feel like this person would be a really good benefit to your podcast to help build you guys up. So, and obviously you guys, like I'm from Pennsylvania, so like I'm not from your side of New York. So that's why it's like, hey, getting my name out there to your part.
Yeah.
Yep. And me being from Pennsylvania and you're from Pennsylvania, PA Pride, Keystone Power.
Now, what part of PA are you from?
Milford in Pike County.
Okay.
It's a nice little. If you ever take a trip, it's a nice little small town. The one light town. One light.
So one of those places where you blink and you miss it.
Ding, 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 ding. ding.
Yeah,
but we have
yeah. I grew up
it's
in Pittsburgh, so you can't miss Pittsburgh.
Yeah, if you miss Pittsburgh, there's something wrong with your car
Mhm.
or your eyes. You need to get your Mr. Magoo's checked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
No one geek. He'll probably miss Pittsburgh going to somewhere.
Going somewhere.
Yeah, I'll pass right by and be like, damn, I miss Pittsburgh.
You see a high heel in your bumper. You missed my whole town, geek. Thanks a lot.
Too funny.
We want to thank you for coming on our podcast.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. It was a pleasure just sitting here and bullshitting with you guys.
We talk about anything.
Always fun. So remember to stay around when the show ends. We could have a small chat.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Thank you so much, and everybody, have a good night.
Yeah.